Trump is not very popular in the international community. What community? A bunch of people going. That's who gives a fuck what they think? Seriously, they wouldn't even have fucking anything if it wasn't for white people. What is a road? They don't. We fucking. Like, white liberal women in America are like, colonialism is the most horrible thing on this planet. And then in Africa, right now, they're like, we would like you to come back. We want colonialism. We like the white man more than the Chinese people. But the Democrats, the liberals, they'll live right in the crime. And then they'll open a coffee shop and buy the building and evict everybody in the building and gentrify the area. What's over there? Oh, well, it's better than fucking shooting me dead. They lasted almost 9 minutes. Do they have a nose ring? Yeah, when they have those, it starts going off or whatever. And this is racist, we need to leave. These people are having too much fun. Yeah, they're gonna go home and watch some Jimmy Kimmel and refresh the system. But I like the comment when people go, don't quit your day job. Because they never heard of, they don't know who I am. They're just, they're like 22 years old on fucking TikTok. They see me going, yeah, fucking trannies, retards. And their brains explode and they're like, this is what the fuck. Don't quit your day job. And then they fucking keep looking into me because they become obsessed and then they notice I have a following. They're like, well, fuck you. And the new thing that these kids are saying is they go, your fans are all old. Which is like, well, yeah, old people have money. Who do you think's paying for your fucking phone bill so you can send me that crazy shit? Mom and dad, probably just mom. Assuming no dad. If you have a proper dad, you're not, 14 on your cell phone watching my videos going, you fat pig. Right? He's taking you to do something, golf, hockey, football, something interesting with your life. But if you got no dad, you end up, hating Ben Bankas. But they're mostly upset. Mostly these Democrat women are upset because they only date Democrat men. And, they're like homosexuals, so. Look, I'd hate Trump too if every time I had sex there was a guy pushing fecal matter up my cunt. They only date Democrat men. It never used to be like this. When I grew up, when we grew up, your mom would be kind of Democrat, your dad was a Republican, he kept her in line. That's why they never got too crazy. Because your mom would be like, well, maybe we should let more people into the country from Haiti, and it is horrible how they live there. And then your dad was like, you're a fucking idiot. We let those people in the country, in 10 years, they're going to be barbecuing cats and dogs in their backyard. Who was right? Dad. And that's how you should have grown up, with your mother always saying, your father is always right. Your father is always right. And if you didn't grow up with that, your dad was a Democrat. And if your dad was a Democrat, your dad was homosexual. Which means you actually had two moms. We're citizens. But that's fake news, I think. Name one citizen that's been deported. Besides Ellen DeGeneres. She did a self-report. No, but I'm curious, who's been deported? Right. So everybody says that he's just a Maryland man. He's just a Maryland man. What was his name? Rodrigo Gonzalez. He's guilty. If your name's not Jeff, you're going. But he wasn't a citizen. He was a green card holder that had arrested 4 times. Petty charges. Who? But he's a citizen. He's wrong. See, this is why one day when you're like 45 and single after 3 abortions, you look back on this night while living in your bachelor apartment that you can barely afford on I don't have welfare. And you're gonna go, fuck, I was wrong.